These daily habits are actually signs of high intelligence in a person. Number one, you question everything. It's really not easy being a curious person in a world where people just don't like to question anything. Chances are that a majority of people around you never really show any curiosity towards the world around them, and they may even look at you weirdly if you ask too many questions. It can be pretty awkward being in a group where you are the only person who is wondering about weird things like what would happen if colors didn't exist? Or is it possible to catch lightning in a bottle? These questions may seem childish to a lot of people, but if you find yourself deep in thought with such bizarre yet interesting questions, there is good news for you. You see, curiosity is a prominent sign of high intelligence. What others find trivial and childish is actually a mark of someone who is truly intellectual. Those who are constantly questioning the fundamental nature of the world are actually displaying signs of a mind that is creative and great at critical thinking. Being able to question the things around you when the entire world just moves on completely unfazed is a remarkable ability to have. So, the next time you ask a weird question and get weird looks from everyone around, don't feel bad. It just means that your mind works differently from others and you are in a constant state of discovery and curiosity. You want to investigate the world instead of accepting everything at face value, and that's an excellent habit to have. Number two, not following a strict schedule. Have you ever found yourself feeling really disorganized and dysfunctional? You read numerous articles about how to stay organized and how to follow a schedule, but none of the advice really works for you. Things can get particularly bad if your colleagues or schoolmates are great at sticking to a timetable, and compared to them, you just feel like a loser. While this feeling can feel pretty depressing, there is hope. Studies show that those who have a hard time sticking to a schedule or a fixed routine are actually quite intelligent. Instead of finding joy in following a set schedule, people with high intelligence have fun creating a complex schedule or routine. Their brains find enjoyment in coming up with a plan rather than following it. This might seem counterproductive to an average simpleton, but for smart people, a schedule is like a puzzle. A disorganized life is something that needs to be solved like an equation. Even if you don't end up changing your routine, the satisfaction of knowing you can is classic high intellect behavior. Number three, being a night owl. Staying up late is one of those bad habits that everyone warns you about constantly. Most of the time, people attribute a lot of health issues with not getting enough sleep or staying awake all night. While a lack of sleep is definitely horrible for your health, there might also be an upside for those who prefer to think in the dark. This is because staying awake late and choosing to work at night is seen as a sign of high intellect. Now, most of the time, a lot of people like to pretend that they are night owls, but they end up spending most of the night doom scrolling TikTok. However, if you find yourself finding the night as the perfect time for getting work done, then you place well above the average intelligence. People who have a higher IQ and acute perception cannot stand the noise and chaos of the waking hours. Instead, they prefer to use the night as the perfect opportunity for difficult problem solving or creative projects. Those with high intellect prefer the quiet solitude of the night, which helps them think clearly and inspire fresh ideas. Even some of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world have reported that they stay up late working on new projects and coming up with ideas that inspire the world. So don't let others make you feel bad about your sleeping habits. Your brain just functions differently from the average person. Number four, having a hard time. Talking to others. Stumbling on your words in front of others is one of those embarrassing events that haunts you in your dreams. There is nothing worse than wanting to convey something and having the precise words ready in your head. But as soon as the words leave your mouth, you start fumbling. Everything becomes jumbled, and you end up sounding drunk. If you find yourself experiencing this more than usual, then don't feel bad, because it's a sign that your brain is working faster than your mouth. People with high intelligence often find themselves stumbling over their words because their brains are working in overdrive. What's happening here is that your brain has already formulated the thought or idea that you want to share, and it wants to move on to the next thing. So, by the time you get the words out, your brain and your mouth are completely out of sync. Insane, right? This might sound impossible to a majority of people, but it is pretty common amongst people with a high AQ. This leads to awkward interactions, and most of the time, intelligent people end up feeling socially incompetent, but there is nothing to feel bad about. This is just another way for your brain to set you apart from the rest of the world. Number 5, drained social battery. Hanging out with people is tough. The day starts off good, but then things quickly become exhausting, and by the end of the night, you feel like your social battery needs to recharge. If you find yourself taking time for yourself after social interactions and refusing to go out until you feel better again, then this is a sign that you have high intelligence, and you might want to take that social break. People with high intellect tend to tire out easier in social settings because their brains do not enjoy small talk and trivial conversations. This habit may come off as rude, but the truth is that people with higher cognitive abilities just don't want to spend brain power trying to keep up with useless chatter. Intelligent people place great importance on their mental well-being, and they choose to keep their peace of mind. Others might find this offensive or even downright selfish, but learning to conserve your brain power is not a bad skill to have, especially if you want to use it for more productive matters. Number 6, weird hyperfixations. If there is one thing that truly captures the spirit of intelligent people, it is their hyperfixations that are probably changing every week. Most of the time, people who are constantly in a state of curiosity and reflection want to keep their minds busy as well. This leads to hyperfixations that can range from different topics and fields of study. One minute you are obsessed with black holes. The next moment you start an antique stamp collection. There is no way of knowing what hyperfixations are going to take over an intelligent person's entire life. Heck, they might even have several fixations all at once. A lot of people find such fixations weird and pointless, but for those with high intellect, these obsessions are heaven. Getting to completely engross yourself in a new topic and discovering interesting and strange facts is the perfect way for intelligent people to keep themselves engaged. Building Star Wars Lego sets or learning the entire history of the Roman Empire are nerdy activities for normal people, but for intellectuals, they are living their best lives. They get to stimulate their mind and keep it alert while also increasing their knowledge of the world, which sounds pretty amazing. Number 7, bad time management. Imagine you wake up in the morning and immediately there are 100 things you want to do. You want to finish reading your book, but you also want to find time working on your creative project. But you also need to look up everything about an obscure and weird topic that no one has ever heard of. Yeah, your brain immediately starts panicking because there is just so much to be accomplished in a day. This is what an average day can look like for an intelligent person. Those with higher cognition find it easy to multitask, but they also fail to manage their time properly because there is just too much occupying their mind. It is easy to let time slip away from you when you're trying to focus on several different things all at once. People with higher intellect are good at doing tasks last minute, but they are also horrible at managing time. They tend to delay things until the very end and somehow still ace them. Their days are filled with all manner of activities, but they seldom get anything done properly. Such a life can quickly become frustrating for most people, but those with intelligence are pretty much used to it. They see every day as a speedrunning challenge, and they try to fit in as many activities in a day as possible. Bad time management is a habit that most people try to fix, but for intellectuals, it is a challenge that can be conquered. Instead of viewing a bad habit as a problem, intelligent people approach these issues with their own unique set perspectives. This is why bad time management is nothing new for highly intelligent people. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell to be notified of any latest uploads. That said, see you in the next one.